Okay, it's on Sheik Dwayne Buffalo Bay. It is July the 31st, 2026, and I just came in from Whole Foods. So today was an okay day. When I came in, I still hear accents sound similar. As soon as I walked in, it sounds similar. I don't know. It sounds like possibly, not accusing Whole Foods, of course, but sounds similar to some of the team member attempt. I'm not sure. Like I've heard before. I just wait. I will let you know what it's similar to later. Um, Once again, we don't know Imani. Imani. He's in the bathroom. We don't know any one person here in Annapolis, nor have we implied we want to get to know anyone personally here. That includes team members, me at Whole Foods. That includes Imani at Wendy's. We have gone out our way as naturalized human beings. Got to make sure we say human beings these days in time when we know we're among lab animals, and other forms of AI, especially here in Annapolis. Naturalized human beings, we never imply we want to get to know anyone here personally, nor do we want to. We do not want to lay down with dogs and come up with fleas. Islam. Not saying everyone, but I'm just keeping it 100. You already know. And many already know what I'm talking about, especially when they listen to the videos of us taking a shower. When they hear the animals in this United States military city, where the United States Navy, Army, veterans, and other military branches, the police are prevalent here in Annapolis, they already know what's going on without me even having to really say anything. They already know. That's why there's so much information about protecting myself or protecting me or how to protect yourself in reference to your finances and being sued because they realize, which I didn't even think of it, how they are really planning to sue because they probably knew crypto was somehow, they probably was connecting the dots. Either you were going to give me some money or I was going to get some money because of who I am being a naturalized more touching more, something, but nonetheless trying to figure out a way how they're going to sue. And it's embarrassing. It is, I guess you want to say, how scum of the earth can you be when you're among those that have been trained from their country, if they're immigrants, to come to another landmass and do acts of terrorism mentally. They had the code. They have a generation of their people having the telepathic code. They had the code before the Americans or the so-called Americans that aren't in a constitutional fold, because that has a lot to do with it. That's why that's why the forced vaccination I see in humility, she can way back, you can always correct me, was done, forced vaccination, because of the non-implementation of constitutional laws and they using the fact that African American, black, white is not recognized by the Constitution. So you can say you have rights all you want to, but the Constitution recognizes those who have claimed a nation. Who are your forefathers? And this is what I learned as a humble student by Moors who are lawful and in the constitutional fold. So that which going under this. So when I hear black people try to defend saying I'm black, but yet they behaving like terrorists, okay? They stalking my apartment, saying, "Brother, we paid." Okay, so if you, that's how they're able to they can get away with stuff like that if they outside a constitutional fold and in the military, a veteran, because that means that they never was in a constitutional fold. They're going by some form of illegal criminal act and thought process. But if you are lawfully in the constitutional fold and you behave like a criminal, you have been naturalized, including the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, and you behave like a criminal, then you could be really, truly persecuted as a true criminal of treason. That's the importance of staying lawful. These animals here, not all, they are animals and beasts. males and females, not all, but way too many. And then to know, because the immigrants here, they literally be acting now a little bit odd since I put the 13th Amendment with 20 sections up, literally, because now the question is for them, because usually the immigrants, especially from South Central America, Mexico, when I'm walking around and seeing, they use that so bold, and they still act a little bold, but now they trying to be a little bit more like threatening but non-threatening. But I'm getting a lot of like feedback or frequencies in my apartment from more from those that are immigrants now, along with the black Negro beast, male and female. Because black is not in the constitutional fold, neither is white. But they keep saying three or easy or one or they knew. It's like, are you even supposed to be here on this landmass? Why are you talking so loud and you're not even illegal on this landmass? What are you talking about? Are you supposed to be working? How much money through generations have you made outside of constitutional fold and then being used by the federal government, the United States government that's unnaturalized, the military that's unnaturalized, you in the military that's unnaturalized, as a terrorist, causing pain mentally and physically to those who didn't even know the telepathic code exists? Okay, so I think people really should start thinking about. I think African Americans that are in that status, and they're not criminals in the status of African Americans. These are Moors usually, because that is usually the Moor, that energy of Moor, that really triggers to say, "I want to be naturalized." Okay, and those that are under status of black need to really start thinking about that and think about how they can change that, because it is important. In fact, in our Moorish, I remember, and I still have it on my booklet, how it's important for us to claim our nationality. Claim our nationality now. These animals are illegal. They're illegal. These animals, these immigrants that behave like animals and have been taught to behave like a beast and animal. They have done much bloodshed here with the telepathic code. They are illegal. Islam.